Free speech is going to die one way or the other if this big tech, if they can suspend the president of America. You know what I mean? So everybody, you all have your opinions about the suspension of President Trump by the big techs, Facebook, Twitter. Some of us who have worked so well to build profiles on these platforms, no matter how little it is, social media has become a tool of free speech where you can express yourself. Although social media is also a tool of propaganda in the hand of those who uses that. They use social media for different other negative things, but we cannot totally say social media hasn't helped the world to what we have today. So they suspended Donald Trump because of his, his diatribes, his ceaseless, endless tweets, and all of that. And with what happened in Capitol, what happened in Capitol Hill in US, in Washington, also believed to have been triggered by the use of social media, influence of Donald Trump on social media. So everybody is talking, everybody is reacting. Some people believe that that is extreme. You cannot, suspend the leader of the free world, because that is what America is, okay? They call America the free world. So the president of America is considered the most powerful man in the whole world. But it seems that narrative is changing, ladies and gentlemen. So the most powerful people in the whole world are no longer the elected ones. And therefore, we are all going to, feel something this year. So everybody's reacting. I have had my own social media handles, closed, especially Facebook. So Facebook has shut my pages down several times, not because I was allowed to defend them myself, or whatever I share, they just take you off. So we are now approaching the world. We are already living in the world whereby if you are not on social media, or you don't get to know what is going on social media, you are considered not to be fully alive. And it's true, because you won't consider, someone who is regular on social media, who knows about almost everything going on around the world, compared to somebody who is completely out of it. So wherever you're talking about social media, and they will be completely novice. So we are in that world, and the world now is that you can get wiped off the social media, your existence, your everything, your footprint and all that. The big tech can just wipe you off like that. Just a click. That's it. Forget it. But among those who are reacting, hey, do you know the most ironical one reacting to the suspension of Donald Trump on social media? Because people are saying the Donald Trump, uses social media to rile up his own base that can do anything. All right. So Nigerian government too. So Nigerian government who used the last 2 years trying to ram the social media bill and hate speech law into Nigerians' throats. They have also spoken up, Nigerian government. They said, well, that is what we are also talking about. Look at it. Social media, the president of America got suspended for violating social media. That's what we are talking about too in Nigeria. The bunch of rogues and criminals in Nigeria want to change it now. And I will tell you what they are trying to do. So they are now saying that their plan is to make sure that all of us, they considered as small Trumps, making life a living hell for them, exposing the crime that they are committing against their own people in Nigeria. So people like us are the reason why they are starting social media law and hate speech bill, or whatever they want to call it, right? It's because of us. It's not because they want to stop the spread of hate speech. They want to stop the spread of fake news. Do you get that now? So Nigerian governments are now coming out to say, you see, Donald Trump is suspended because of fake news. We in Nigeria, we are also doing the same thing to ensure we kill fake news. People where they spread fake news. Everything about Boko Haram, everything about APC, Egbekegbe, everything about all these jihadist rogues is fake news. Even Buhari is fake news, right? Well, you may not even see it that way. So the government that will come out and say something in the morning and deny it in the afternoon, repeat it again at night, the following morning, deny it, and on like that. Fake news. They said they want to stop fake news, like the big tech stop Donald Trump. But we will remind them, terrorists cannot dictate how freeborn should live. Terrorists who have access to guns and money, right, should not be the ones to dictate what we should complain about. So the reason why Nigeria is now, and like I told you, among other things that Nigerians should look out for, this 2021, gospel our lives, right? This 2021, among things that Nigerians should look out for is the successful passage of social media bill, social media law to gag everybody who wants to complain about Boko Haram. Among the fake news that Nigerian government said they were so worried about, and the reason why they needed to do a social media law, what they are currently, the criminals in Nigeria, what they are misunderstanding about the sanction from social media, the sanction of Donald Trump by the big tech, the social media, right, has to do with Donald Trump, according to them, violating their rules. So when Facebook suspends you, or YouTube close your channel, or Twitter shut down your page, your handle, or Facebook, they are now the owner of Instagram as well as WhatsApp. They are beginning to send us some new rules on WhatsApp now. I don't know if you have received yours. That is Facebook telling you that their own policy and rules, everything is changing. So you have to click accept. You have to accept, or you have to opt out of their platform. So on social media, there are social media rules. Okay, meaning if you post anything considered as violent or false, they have the right to take you off their platform. They have the right to suspend you, okay, and yank you off their page. Meanwhile, if since we have social media rules on all these platforms, among those who are supposed not to be using social media anymore, right? If everything was to work fine, social media rules, right? All the Nigerian government, all the Nigerian, including some of the state governors, all the Nigerian politicians on social media should have all their handles suspended like Donald Trump. That's what they should be asking for, okay? Because what they give back to Nigerians are pure lies, fake manipulations, and all of that. That have sort of resulted into nothing but further poverty in the land, more killings, because the lies they continue to yank out. And every now and then, Liar Mohammed will be on Twitter, it will be on Facebook, it will be on social media, telling Nigerians that Nigeria is better than when it's where Nigerians are living better under Boko Haram. A pure lie that is, when you tell a lie, it's fake, right? So most of them shouldn't be on social media anymore with the lies they have told to Nigerians, okay? But they are still here. Rather than them getting kicked off of social media to clean social media off all the lies, the Buharidins, the Buharididins, they are paying 10,000, 20,000 naira to continue to lie that they are building their Nigerian to Dubai. All of them are those that should be yanked off the social media completely to bring sanity. So now, the people that are not supposed to be on social media, they are now coming to social media to regulate social media. forgetting the fact that all these platforms have their own rules and regulations. But because dictators knows that with what they have managed to do with the media in Nigeria, right? Social media remains the only opposition to Nigerian criminal government. Some of the African terrorists, African tyrants, African dictators, their citizens are engaging and exposing them on social media because it is the only platform that gives them the free speech to speak their mind directly to those who believe that they are untouchable. So they want to regulate it on how you use it. That's what they are asking for. Because initially they said the news about Boko Haram being dead, that the person in Aso Rock is Jibri from Sudan, later changed to, what's the other name? Is it Mohammed from where? So that message, which has now become what is haunting them in Aso Rock now, is that millions of people are asking that if you say Buhari is not dead, right, bring him out to do 1 hour interview, put 3 journalists with him and they question him and he answer questions. If you know the person in Aso Rock is Buhari, bring him out. Do you know why? Because millions of Nigerians believe that Buhari is dead genuinely. Do you get that? And to the government of Nigeria, the only way that escalated is because social media is there. So in Nigeria, they have made all laws to make sure that no Nigerian media house criticizes Boko Haram and go unpunished. You know the story, Abi? That is the difference between them and America and Donald Trump. In America, Americans are saying, meanwhile, let us also don't forget the fact that if we have to use figures now, 80 million Americans says they don't want Donald Trump. 75 million Americans says they want Donald Trump. That means they are all Americans who can decide if they want him or not. Abi? Then at the same time, Donald Trump being the most powerful man in the whole world is not powerful, he's not more powerful than Americans. That is the context, okay? Probably as Africans, how you see your leaders and how you see other world leaders, okay? Donald Trump may be the most powerful, or any American president may be the most powerful president in the most powerful man in the whole world. But that person is not bigger or more powerful than the American Constitution, the book, the law book that gives him that power. That all of you are saying, no, why you want world president? Now, you cannot say the same thing about your own criminal leaders in Africa and in Nigeria. Donald Trump, the most powerful man in the world, American president, ran for office. For 4 years, many Americans were saying, no, they don't want him. They were going to vote him out. They are going to reject him. Because they believe that if they make up the numbers to kick him out, right, the election cannot be rigged. And he cannot use his power to rig himself or keep himself in office. And all Americans believe that. Do you know that? Well, let me say majority of Americans believe that. How many of you can mobilize and say any of your African terrorist leaders will respect your law book? Like Donald Trump fought tooth and nail, right, to make sure that his allegation of election manipulation is proven, and that election is overturned. He used all the allowed legal tool. He's the president, though. He did not call the chairman of electoral body and say, you better change that figure now because I can't lose. That is what Boko Haram and INEC and the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian university professors, okay, Iyalojas, Iyalajes, Babalojas, all these market men and women, all these young army of unemployed youth that they pay money to, right? In Nigeria, your constitution is absolute zero because the president of your country is more powerful than the rest of the country. There is no institution to stop him. That's the difference. So Americans stood like, shoulder to shoulder to make sure that Donald Trump lose the election. And it became contentious, and they fought and fought and fought. Today, every American, to some extent, is proud that they have institutions that can undo any powerful person, because you cannot be powerful more than the people who give you the power. How can you be more powerful than the people who gave you the power? In Nigeria, they will rig your election. They have rigged your judiciary. They have rigged your security forces. So security men, American soldiers are not on the street shooting at Americans simply because they want to rig election for Donald Trump. But in Nigeria, right? In Nigeria, you see your soldiers, their job is not to safeguard the election. It is to protect the person they want to win. And you cannot challenge that. And if you try to protest the rigged election, they will bring their soldiers out, your government, and they will shoot at you. That's the norm. That is the government now coming out to say, yes, we have to regulate how you discuss us, how you talk about us, or how you react to how we treat you. If you say anything anyhow, you will go to jail or get killed. And it is the law. That's it. You shouldn't. Even questioning it alone is a crime, because questioning it is what is putting Omoyele Sowore and the 4 others in prison right now. And the judiciary couldn't find it in any of their law to indeed convict Sowore for the past 2 years. It is deliberate, because there's no institution that is bigger than the president of your country. So that government is coming out to say, yeah, Donald Trump is banned. Therefore, we are going to deal with all of you Nigerians who think we cannot deal with you. But what they don't know is that, yes, they can report pages, shut down pages and the rest of that. They don't have the capacity, right, to take on those who uses the social media to expose what is going on in Nigeria, because it is the same social media that will bring the fake criminal regime in Nigeria down, the rigged, messed up system. It is the same social media that will collapse it at the end of the day. Whatever they do now, they're possibly trying to buy time, which is what they have been doing in the last 60 years, buying time, trying to make everybody think that something is going to change, make you feel like they are doing everything to get things working, only for you to find out years after that it's been pure waste of time. It is the social media that will do it. And therefore, what they are doing now to counter and use this moment, right, to drive in their hate speech and social media law is that they are now denying what happened at Lekki Toll Gate. They are denying what happened at Obigbo in Rivers State. They are denying the people they killed during the NSAS protest. They are saying CNN promoted fake news because there was never any massacre. As we speak right now, all of the judicial panel they claimed to set up to listen to the NSAS complaint, the protest and the profile solution and punishment to those who committed the crime. All these judicial panels across the country now, they are just pure showroom. Many of them have already shut down. Others are not shutting down, but they are not functioning either. And it is deliberate. That government is coming out to say, if you come out tomorrow and say, Jubri al-Sudani, what they need to do, since you are doing your NIN or NIM, whatever registration you are doing on your SIM card now, right? It will be easier for them to trace you, pick you up, and you just quickly go and do 14 years in jail for saying Jubril al-Sudani, because that is hate speech. They asked them, what will constitute hate speech? I mean, what will make a speech hateful? They can't define what is hate speech, because these are the same guys whose utterances, their expressions and all of that are more hateful towards the people who gave them the power, right? And there are those who are complaining that whatever people says about them is hateful, and they want law to protect them from you, from coming on social media to express yourselves. Now that we know that we cannot go into extinct because it is just going to take a click for YouTube, for Facebook to wipe out everything about Maiyegun, and you will never see anything about Maiyegun anywhere again. That is the world we are going into. But for Nigerians, there are more to that. The government will now pretty much work with this big tech, those who have linked to them, right? They work with them more to track you down whenever you say something about the government, because they will now have law that says whatever you say. If the government says what you are writing is you didn't take permission, part of their new social media law is that if I want to come to social media and say, okay, Nigeria National Assembly members, they want to spend 135 billion naira, which is in public, yeah? If I want to come here to say that, I have to go and message the Nigerian Ministry of Information, Laya Muhammad. I have to message Laya Muhammad and say, Mr. Laya Muhammad, I want to go and post on social media now that the National Assembly members, they want to spend 135 billion in the recently approved 2021 budget. And I also want to put it there that Bokwari is going to feed himself, the breeding lifeless mannequin is going to feed himself with 1.5 billion naira. The Kenneth Shatabandu, the errand boy, special advisor to Bokwari on the condolences and burial arrangement, yeah, is also going to feed with about 800 million naira, himself and his family. So, Mr. Laya Muhammad, I want to go on social media and post that. I need your approval. So if Laya Muhammad doesn't get back to me, that okay, go ahead and post it. If I post that on social media that Bokwari want to feed with 1.5 billion, Pastor Shubade want to feed with 800 million, National Assembly want to spend 135 billion in 2021 budget, I will be arrested because I have committed a crime. So they will charge me 500,000 naira, 5 million naira for not getting approval to go and post that message on social media. So when the rest of the world, some of us, they can't do that to me. They can't get any cover from me. They can't even touch me. Do you get that now? So, but I will have to deal with other backlashes whereby my platforms and all of them will be reported to all these, big tech companies, and get Maiyegun wiped off completely from the, it is all complicated though. I'm just telling you that if you are in Nigeria, there is more for what you are going to look out for. The government right now feels like the Democrats in America, the Joe Biden in America, they are going to look away from all the atrocity being committed by the Bokwari's government in Nigeria, like Donald Trump looked away. Donald Trump complained, yeah, Pompeo said a few things about Christians being killed in Nigeria, but for 4 years of Donald Trump and America's government under him, which is, well, for those who understood the government that Donald Trump promised, it was American first. He said he had no business with any part of the world. So for 4 years, it was American first, American first. Even in that 4 years, America collected money from us to go, from Bokwari to go and fight the terrorists in Nigeria, to help them, to supply weapons to fight Boko Haram in Nigeria. Bokwari paid over $400 million for this, but still, the numbers of those killed by the terrorists or kidnapped, the numbers of villages ransacked, destroyed, and on and on and on continues to grow, because for 4 years, nothing came from America. That is a fact. So maybe they believe that, the Joe Biden America will also look away when this when these killings continues, human rights abuses continues. I don't know if they are going to look away. It has to do with whatever their foreign policy is. Joe Biden, the Democrats, if their foreign policy, because let me say this, during the NSAS protest, those who responded to the killings in Nigeria, in America, from America, I remember two prominent among other popular American, Hollywood stars and all of them who helped share the NSAS protest hashtag at the time, right? Hillary Clinton tweeted about NSAS. Joe Biden tweeted about NSAS. Few other guys who are now in, working with Joe Biden also tweeted about NSAS. And they told Nigerian government to stop the killings of the young people and listen to them. I don't know what the advisors of Boko Haram, APC, Egbekegbe in Nigeria, I don't know who is giving them the confidence that they can come out and show solidarity that Donald Trump is going away. Thank God he's going away. So he's never going to, deal with them or try to stop the Islamization. You know what I mean? So they are waiting for Joe Biden. So if Joe Biden comes in, Joe Biden who remembered NSAS protest and the killings, right? CNN repeatedly rebroadcasted this NSAS protest documentary and all of that to their viewers in America. Now, the Democrats are going to come to power in the next, how many days? 11 days. So in 11 days, we don't know where the confidence is coming from these terrorists in Nigeria. Omoyele Sowore, a supposed American citizen, is being locked down in Nigeria and being denied justice. I don't know what they think they are doing. They have to up the scale of further, what do you call it? The further oppression of Nigerians and the further, shutting down Nigerians from expressing their disgust and displeasure against these criminals, okay, by making more laws. So they want to use Donald Trump's suspension to justify that. I don't know where they are getting that impression from, but I want to tell you, it will likely not be. It will likely going to be ending in tears, but time will tell. There's other part of this my broadcast tonight, which has to do with Omoyele Sowore. It's an update. I'm going to give you full lowdown tomorrow. On my Sunday sermon broadcast. Okay, you see the joke. Part of the joke, human rights abuses in Nigeria, that I believe the America of old would have reacted. Okay. Someone just reminded me. Donald Trump also sanctioned Donald Trump's government sanctioned some Nigerian politicians during the Nigerian elections. Okay, let us give that credit too. There are some politicians who can no longer go to the United States anymore. For example, the Kogi state governor can no longer go to America anymore. Oshiomhole can no longer go to the US anymore. El Rufaya of Kaduna can no longer go to the US anymore. And many, many others like that. There are other actors like police commissioners, police officers who can no longer ever travel to the United States and some other countries because of their role during the 2019 elections, during the Osun elections, during the Kogi election, during the Edo election, as well as during the NSAS protest. Okay, so let's give them that credit for that. So they are on the no-fly list. They can't go to the US because courtesy of Donald Trump's government. But that's it. Nothing more or beyond that. But let's hope they can pull it off again for the next few years. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I don't think it's going to really play out well, because change of government in America means the American first of Donald Trump will no longer be American first like that. It will still be about the interest of America, but there are countries called the American allies that, I believe some review will be happening in a way. And the criminal government in Nigeria will likely not be getting away with this much longer, in my own opinion. And I believe time will tell.